Alright guys, we are going to do some brows. So we've got a couple of different options for brows. We have a brow pomade, we have a brow pencil, and a brow powder. This is the brow pomade in the blonde. So we've got three different color options for that. I believe 3 different options for the powder and the pencil. These are our pencils. It is a sharp, one that you can sharpen. And then we also have sorry guys. We also have a brow mascara, tinted brow mascaras, and then we've also got the BeFit clear brow gel. Okay, so I love the brow powder. Okay, I'm going to use the brow powder first. This is the brow powder in medium, number 2, 1, 2, and 3. So this one's number 2. I like to use a flat angled brush of some sort, along with a spoolie. Okay. I personally, as you can see, don't have a lot for brows. Like, really, if you look closely, this is about the only place that I have hair, is right here. Because this here, I had micro shaded, so that's fake. So I like to fill in with the powder. If you like more of a natural look, that's fine. I like mine more nice and filled in, but I'm going to give you the quick, easiest tip to get started if you don't know how to shape your brows. So take something long and straight. You are going to go straight up from the edge of your nose, and that's going to be where your brow starts. So I need to fill mine in a little bit more. Edge of your nose to the edge of your eyelid, that's where your brow is going to end. For your arch, it's going to be the edge of your nose. Try not to get it on my lipstick because it's not dry yet. So edge of your nose through your iris. That's where your arch should be. So mine is right where it should be. I just need to lengthen it out a little bit on each end, okay? If you like a more natural look, you're gonna want to go in nice, you're gonna wanna use a nice fine tip brush. This one here is a little bit thicker. This one here is definitely a little bit finer. So you're gonna wanna take it in little hair-like strokes, okay? If you use something finer, or wet your brush with a setting spray, that'll help. So I am going to spray a little bit of our setting spray, our time locker setting spray on the back of my hand. I'm going to get my brush wet, and then I'm just going to get a little bit of powder, and then, okay, so you can do it like that, or when I'm in a hurry, I just use my tongue. That might be a little gross for some, but it's your brush. No one else is using it. If somebody else is, then you need to figure something else out. Get your own brushes, guys. Okay, so for me, for someone who likes their brows nice and filled in, I like to start at the bottom and create the shape of my brows. And then I'm going to bring the arch down, the tail down, sorry. Okay, so that's just the bottom part of my brows. Then, and you see how I brought it almost all the way into where it needs to start? The top part, I'm not going to take in quite so far. And then I'm just going to fill that in with what's left on my brush. If you have a more fuller brow as it is, it won't take you near as long to do this. But because I literally have no brows, it takes me a little bit longer, okay? So I'm gonna leave this like it is for now. We'll come back to that. Repeating the same process over here. And if you don't like the shape of your brow, you can use the same techniques, the same 3 steps that I already showed you to help create a new shape. Like my brows beforehand, my natural brows were kind of a funky shape. They definitely weren't symmetrical. Another big thing I like to tell people, your brows are not twins. They are sisters. They're never going to be identical. Oliver, really? All you dog owners know what I'm talking about. But yes, your brows are not twins, guys. They're never going to be identical. You want them to look as close as possible, but they're never going to be identical. I like my tail nice and thin. Some people, you know, keep it short and about the same width as the rest. That is not me. When I'm done, I will post a picture for y'all to see as well. Okay? Alright, so now for the inner part. I like to go in with either a thinner brush or like an eyeliner brush, whatever works for you. This one here I got from Morphe. It's their M216. It's a really stiff, flat angled brush. It's thicker, coarser bristles. And it helps me create a nice like faded look, because I want it to be nice and not as dark at that inside section. So I start inward and work my way out. And I don't necessarily like mine to go straight up and down where they end. I kind of angle them outward just a little bit at the top. So I fan them out. And like I said, for those of you that like a more natural look, this especially is an area where you're gonna create, create those more natural like bristle strokes, brush strokes, hair-like strokes. And then once I have them as close as I can, I like to go back in and make sure that they are as even as I can get them. Even in shape, even in, you know, color, darkness, shading, because this one here is a little bit lighter, so I'm going back in to add just a little bit more color. Okay. If you've got a brow gel or brow mascara, you can use that. If you've got, like this is the clear one, I'm just going in over the top, making sure that those brow hairs stay in place. I have a friend and she's actually in this, she uses this, our tinted brow mascaras, and she said she loves it because when she's in a hurry for work, she does not have to actually fill in her brows. She just adds this, or the tinted one, on top, calls it good. So guys, brow powder is my go-to, my favorite. If you prefer to use like a brow pomade, I use our brush, our Kajal eyeliner brush. Any sort of flat brush will work, but I use this one just because it's made for a gel. This is the blonde. One thing I do love about the pomade, is once it is dry, it's not going anywhere, guys. It doesn't fade, it doesn't wipe away easily. Like, it's there to stay, which is awesome. So that there is the blonde. And then this is the blonde pencil. Okay, so if you like a more subtle look, go with the lighter colors. If you like it to pop more, that's why I went with the medium shade in the powder, just because I like my brows to pop, be in your face. As you can see, I like a bolder look. I like it fun. But there are different ways that you can do your brows. Whatever suits you best is how you're gonna do your brows, guys. There's no necessarily right or wrong way to do your brows, but there are some better ways to do your brows. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to help. Again, brows, I guess I didn't necessarily say this, but brows help frame your face, guys. If you don't do anything with your brows, they just kind of fade away into nothing. And me personally, I feel like I look kind of funny when I don't have, if I have my eyes done and not my brows, I feel like I look funny. Just because I'm so used to having my brows done with everything else. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Happy to help, happy to answer questions. You guys have a good night. Talk to you later.